talk about a quiet place you like. Where it is. How often you go there. What you do there. Why you like this place. You should try to speak this cue card for 2 minutes.
Now, you can brainstorming cue card ideas. Here, there are some visual ideas which can help you in brainstorming.
Waking up to a daily 9-to-5 job and dealing with all kinds of irksome issues every day will surely drive you insane someday unless having a healthy way to relieve stress and boredom. Fortunately, I have my own cure: a retreat to ABC, a mountainous area where I can't see any tourists there, which I have taken every once in a while whenever life is giving me a hard time. ABC is located roughly 200 kilometers to the northeast of my city and about 1,500 m above sea level, which is well known for its year-round cool weather. Because it is not a popular tourist attraction, it's a favorite place for some locals looking for a tranquil place to get away from their tight schedules. Since it's not very far from the city center, only half an hour if traveling by plane, I go there quite often, around 4 times per year. And every trip holds its own fascination depending on what activities I participate in. Normally, I would go trekking into the wild to burn up my energy and enjoy the feeling of sweat soaking my clothes and being physically exhausted. It makes me feel alive and rejuvenated again. Sometimes when I feel like pushing myself to the limit, extreme sports such as water sliding or cliff jumping are my favorites. Those kinds of entertainment require good health condition and adventurous spirit, hence, they're not for everyone. I usually spend 3 days in ABC every time I visit it, and although it's only a short time, I do feel some of the burdens I shoulder are swept away and prepared to face whatever comes next.
Follow-ups. Are there many quiet places in your city?
I reckon there aren't many tranquil places in our city unless you wander around the border to the countryside. I suppose any cosmopolitan city is as crowded and active as mine, so it's quite tricky to find a peaceful spot to escape just for a while. Nevertheless, if you don't mind an hour riding to the edge of the city, you will be hypnotized by many endless paddy fields and colorful flying kites.
Why do people sometimes prefer to be alone?
I don't think there is a simple explanation for why people sometimes seek solitude to enjoy life by themselves. It has happened to me a few times as well when I feel suffocated by a bustle and hustle of city life. You have to spend 2/3 of your day being surrounded by all kinds of people and work that you barely have time for yourself and things you love, which is physically and emotionally detrimental. Therefore, in order to balance their personal lives, people often try to minimize contacts with outside world to find their inner peace when possible.
Is there much noise around your home?
My house is far from the city center, so the neighborhood is quite peaceful and livable. I can hardly imagine myself living elsewhere, especially the urban center, due to its noise pollution and terrible congestions during rush hours. Admittedly, there are certain advantages when living there: short distance commute, fabulous restaurants, various entertainment facilities and so on, which is pretty tempting. However, I am a social butterfly and prefer a good book to any meeting, hence, I love my tranquil place now.
Does this noise affect you in any way?
Since my neighborhood is relatively restful, I am not often disturbed by noises. Yet, every once in a while when some neighbor throws a party or has their house refurbished, I tend to get distracted. I don't work well under stress or any kind of distractions since it makes me unfocused. Even if it's a bit loud, I don't want to complain since most of the time they are incredible well behaved. Hence, I choose to do my choirs or hang out with some friends instead to make my time useful.
How do you think noise in cities could be reduced?
It will take great effort to be able to reduce noise pollution in cities, and everybody will need to join hand. Firstly, turn off your electronics when you're out of home or office. It may sound unnecessary and trivial, but imagine the whole neighborhood let the music play all night long. It would be a nightmare. Secondly, put on your earphones in public places. Nobody wants to know your music taste or to be disturbed when trying to focus on their reading. Besides, encourage your friends and family do the same. The more participants, the less noise population.